So I don't know if you guys heard about what's been going on over the last couple days with Tony Buzbee with this Jay-Z and Diddy case. And of course, we know that he dropped the case. The case was dropped like a week ago, so we know that. But yeah, it's more stuff going down, y'all. And I was trying to wait until I get a clear understanding of what was going on before I did this video. But it's starting to look like Buzbee messing this case up with these lawsuits that's against Diddy. And everything in this video is alleged. But as you guys can see from the title, it says attorney Tony Buzbee barred from practicing in Southern New York District could impact ongoing Diddy lawsuits. Okay, so I'm just going to lay down all the facts, or what is, I believe is facts, because this is what's put out. And then I'm going to talk about what is going wrong, or what I believe is going wrong, and my theory on this whole situation. Because Tony Buzbee has dropped the ball big time on these lawsuits against Diddy, okay? So yeah, let me I'm gonna read this article to you guys really quick, and then we're gonna move on because I gotta show you a couple other things. So it says Tony Buzbee, the controversial attorney known for filing high-profile lawsuits against figures like Jay-Z and Diddy, is no longer permitted to practice law in the Southern District of New York. This means Buzbee is barred from litigating cases in key areas, including New York City's 5 boroughs and surrounding counties like Bronx, Westchester, and Rockland. He has filed over a dozen lawsuits against Diddy in the area. Megan Cuniff reported that Buzbee's admission application to the district was denied after he failed to request permission before submitting it in January 2025. So he was supposed to get permission to file the lawsuit that he did against Diddy and Jay-Z, and the other lawsuits of the other Jane and John Does and other people that he had, the plaintiffs that he have in other lawsuits. And he did not do that. He filed after submitting the lawsuit, then he filed for permission. Okay, let me keep going. The oversight came to light amid his involvement in a lawsuit accusing Jay-Z and Diddy of SA, prompting the Committee on Grievances for the Southern District of New York to take action. Okay, Buzbee is attempting to gain pro hac vice admission to continue litigating his cases against Diddy, though the process remains uncertain. Pro hac vice is a legal term that allows an attorney to represent a client in a jurisdiction where they are not licensed to practice law, provided they obtain special permission from the court for a specific case. Earlier this month, Buzbee voluntarily dismissed the SA lawsuit against Diddy and Jay-Z, which accused them of, you know what, I'm not gonna say it because y'all know it's bad words, but we know what that case was against Jay-Z and Diddy. And then it says, following the dismissal, Jay-Z and Roc Nation called the allegations frivolous and without merit, while Jay-Z revealed the emotional and financial toll the case had on him and his family. Okay, let me just say this real quick. This does not mean that Jay-Z is innocent. It means that Buzbee dropped the ball, okay? He dropped the ball, but I'm going to keep going because I want to show you guys all these documents before I move on to what I really want to say, okay? So this is the paperwork that was filed in court, and it's talking about Buzbee and him not handling his business. Okay, I can't believe this happened, y'all. I'm literally like, I got chills because I can't believe that he made this mistake. But let me just continue with the paperwork, and then we're going to get into that. It says the Committee on Grievances has considered Anthony G. Buzbee petition for admission to the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, which was filed on January 29, 2025. Per the committee review of the dockets, Mr. Buzbee has appeared in cases in this court without seeking admission, which means permission. Therefore, the petition is denied. In the event Mr. Buzbee moves for pro hac vice or regular admission in this court in the future, he must attach a copy of this order to his motion or petition. So, you mean to tell me that this lawyer, who was taking on one of the biggest cases that's going on right now, did not know that he needed to get permission from the court if he is practicing outside of his jurisdiction. You mean to tell me he didn't know that? At this point, it's starting to look like, it's looking really fishy to me. It's like you don't know who to believe or trust in this whole situation, because there's no way Tony Buzbee did not know that he had to ask the court for permission. He also have to, when he do ask for permission, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a lawyer, so don't quote me on this, but from what I see and read, it seems as if he have to also submit documents from his jurisdiction that he's allowed to practice in to that court if he practicing out of state, just to show that he is legal and got everything in order and lined up in order for them to approve him to practice in another area or another state. So he knew this. Come on now. So I went and looked because I wanted to see, like, what was how probable is it, like, for him to not know? Like, did he know, or was this just a true mistake? Like, how could something like this happen with an attorney like Buzbee? Okay. And so yeah, let me go right here. And so I went to Google, of course, because Google got a lot of answers. People don't use it enough because people be online acting crazy like they don't have Google, when it clearly is there to give you a lot of the answers you have questions about. But anywho, it said, yes, lawyers need permission to practice law in other states. Each state has its own licensing requirements, including passing the state bar exam. Requirements. State bar exam. Most states require lawyers to pass their state bar exam to practice law there. Lawyers must have a law degree. Okay, we know all that. And then it say exceptions. Pro hac vice. Lawyers can practice in another state temporarily if they are admitted on a pro hac vice basis. This means they work with an in-state attorney as local counsel. Lawyers can transfer their UBE score to other participating states. However, each state sets its own passing score and how long the score is transferable. Yeah, practice areas. Most areas of law, like family law and personal injury, have state-specific requirements. He knew this. So yeah, I'm not even going this. I just wanted to show y'all this. Y'all can look at it. I don't know if y'all can see it on the screen because even with my glasses on, it's still kind of small. But my point is, Buzbee knew. Okay, can't nobody sit here and tell me that Buzbee did not know that he had to get permission from the court to practice outside of the state of Texas. Nobody can tell me that. So now I'm looking at him sideways, okay? Then on top of that, Jay-Z walking around as if he had some huge victory because he was innocent the whole time, and Buzbee had to drop this case because he had no choice, because he knew he wasn't gonna win because I'm innocent. And I'm starting with that because stop with the boldness, because at the end of the day, Buzbee dropped this case, in my opinion, because he knew he could possibly get in trouble. You know, he knew he wasn't supposed to do this. Like, what's going on here? And this is grounds for every other lawsuit and every other plaintiff that Buzbee is representing to be dismissed. It's grounds for it to be dismissed. Now, the one question that I do have in this whole situation, now that case with Jay-Z and Diddy was dismissed with prejudice, which means it can't be brought back up. But does that mean it can't be brought back up by Buzbee, or can another attorney take this case on? I don't know. But I would really love to know that, because if I'm the plaintiff, I'm the complainant, I'm the person that's saying this happened to me, just because the lawyer represented me that made a huge mistake, does that mean I don't have the right to still seek justice for my case? Now, I'm not saying that this girl is innocent and that her case is true against Jay-Z, because there is a lot of notable flaws in her story. However, that's not fair to the client, because Buzbee made this huge mistake. So can another lawyer bring this back up? Because yeah, Buzbee probably cannot, but that don't mean that another lawyer probably can't. That's not her problem that Buzbee made this mistake. So I don't know. But with prejudice, it means that it can't be brought back up. But by who? Does that mean overall? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, yeah. I'm just speculating what I see in the details that's going on. I'm just saying it just made me look sideways at the whole situation, especially with Jay-Z running to the internet as soon as this happened and being boastful about this a fake victory. This wasn't a victory. But then and again, you really don't know what's going on. You don't know who real and who fake in this whole situation. Because at the end of the day, let me get back to Buzbee. How did you make a mistake like this? I've been saying this since Buzbee got on this case. At first, I was looking at Buzbee sideways like a lot of people. I'm like, okay, something ain't right. Especially when the J Doe came out and did that interview. I said, okay, hold on, Buzbee. But it took me a couple days and I said, hold on. He's not going to ruin his reputation for something like this. It just don't make sense for someone to do that. All your years of hard work, you won billions of dollars in litigation. Why would you mess that up for one simple case? It's not about the money because he got money. So why would he do this? So I'm like, okay, he got to be, he got to have some evidence. It's something here that we're not seeing. And he has something against Jay-Z and he could possibly win this case. Because I just couldn't see why he would do this without any backbone, right? But now it makes you wonder what is really going on. Because there is no possible way that anyone can convince me that Buzbee did not know to have his ducks in a row. You was coming after Jay-Z? Are you crazy? And you did not have your ducks in a row? You knew. You've been practicing law for many years. There's no way you did not know you needed to get permission to file in the state of New York before you dropped any lawsuits, any names, anything. You knew to get them legal documents in order. And more than likely what happened, Jay-Z legal team, Spyro, however you say his name, went and dug up this information and found out that Buzbee, it was going to come out anyway though. It was going to come out, rather it's good that it's sooner than later. Because imagine if court had started and court dates, and all this stuff started and then that happened in the middle of, trial or, well, these are not, criminal cases. This was, civil lawsuits, but still, just imagine if it happened after the fact. What about all those other people that was, that's being represented by Buzbee? Now Buzbee is trying to, take advantage of the pro hack, whatever it's called, so that he can still represent the other clients in these other cases. So that's still up in question. We don't know yet if he's going to be approved by the courts to still represent those other clients, plaintiffs, in the other civil cases because he messed this up. And Diddy's legal team can literally go ask for all that to be dismissed, and it can happen. Because he knew. So it's making me wonder, everybody that I hear talking about this, I haven't heard anyone really ask this question because I'm the type of person I don't trust anyone or anything, okay? So at this point, I'm starting to wonder, Buzbee, what team are you on? Because there's no way you didn't know not to do this. You can't tell me that. This is not your first time practicing outside of the state of Texas. You've been practicing law for many years. You have a reputable reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what I hear, from what I read about you, from what people say, your accolades are long. So how did you make this mistake? Was it intentional? Because that's what I'm asking at this point. Is it intentional? I really believe it's intentional. It don't make sense. I'm a little irritated by this, y'all. I don't know. I'm just a little irritated by this, and it's crazy because you'll be like, somebody will be like, well, what you so irritated for? Like, because it's crazy. It's like they playing in our face back and forth. We're watching this story unfold, but then as soon as we think it's going to go one way, it does a 180. It flips. It flips. It's never the way you think it is. And there's no way someone can convince me that he did not know to do this. That's huge. That's huge. So anything he say going forward, he's not even gonna be, I can't even take him serious. I'm sorry. I think he lost a lot of credibility for me. There's a lot of people that's doing or covering this case, his cases and the Diddy story and stuff like that. And they speaking highly of Buzbee, and I did too. I kept telling y'all I feel like he have a golden nugget hidden in his pocket, and we'll see it eventually. I didn't want to judge because I feel like there's no way this lawyer can come mess this up. There is no possible way. I don't know at this point, because how did you miss that? You knew that would be one of the first things that they come for. They're going to look at everything, every piece of paperwork that you filed. They even going to look at you. They already tried to come after your personal life. Talking about some woman you had an affair with and all that already came out. So you knew that they was going to dig up this information. So how did you mess this up? And in the state of New York, where your cases is filed out of, you messed up for the state of New York. You might as well pass those plaintiffs or those Jane and John Does, whoever they are, over to another lawyer. Just go ahead and let somebody else get them. Because at this point, you dropped the ball already. If you was representing me, I will fire you. Simple as that. I will fire you. That would be it. That's a huge mistake. Because if you made a mistake like that, when we're in the middle of the case, what else will come up that you made a mistake on? You're not supposed to make this type of mistake. It was simple. Ask the courts for permission. There would be no reason why they would not have gave you permission, I don't think. Why would they not give you permission to practice in their state? As long as you submit everything that you needed to. In such a high profile case at that, I don't see why they wouldn't have gave you permission. So, and you knew this. You know more than me. I'm just somebody on YouTube talking about the situation at hand. I don't know law. I know the basics. So I know he know. Yeah, ain't no way. I just feel like this whole thing is rigged up. And even the lawyers, I'm looking at them sideways at this point. I'm looking at them sideways. Even with Jay-Z, him dropping his motion for sanctions against Buzbee, it makes you wonder. Now, that's what really got me speculating and thinking outside the box in this situation. Okay, because you made a mistake, but what made Jay-Z drop that against you? Is y'all in cahoots and y'all in the public, y'all trying to make it seem like that it's this big thing, but y'all really in cahoots? Like, what's going on? Did Jay-Z pay you off at this point? Because that's what I'm starting to wonder. I'm sorry, y'all. You have to think that type of stuff. It'll be the stuff that you least expect that'll actually be happening. Okay? And this got me looking at him real sideways at this point. All these articles and pictures and stuff that's being put out to portray this story is probably unbelievable. You probably can't believe any of the things you've seen in a situation like this. I'm a big skeptic, baby. I don't believe half of the stuff I see. Because people will play in your face, baby, and paint a story and be doing some other stuff behind the scene. So I don't know. And it's really got me wondering and questioning this whole situation. I think Tony Buzbee at this point just needs to get off the case. He just need to let the plaintiffs go find another lawyer. And that wouldn't even be an option if I was a plaintiff. If I was one of his clients, baby, it wouldn't even be an option, baby. You fired. Real talk. Because how did you mess this up? So all them civil suits against Diddy that Tony Buzbee is in charge of can be dismissed. Yeah. The judge could be like, no. This attorney, he dropped the ball. He knew that he was supposed to file to get permission before he dropped any lawsuits, any names, anything. He should have did that first. And then move forward. He did not do that. And it's expected of him because he's not a rookie. We're not talking about a rookie lawyer. We're talking about someone who knew better. Okay? I see people digging into other parts of this situation, and for me, I'm just still on the surface. I don't want to talk about the other stuff. It's so simple. It's very simple. He messed up, he dropped the ball, and those cases can be dismissed. Okay? He dropped the ball. So Diddy may get away with all that. However, Diddy still have bigger fish to fry. His biggest fish is the government. Ain't no plaintiff and no John or Jane Doe bigger than the government after your A, okay? So that's his problem. Now, you probably wiggling your way around this situation, but I don't think you're going to be able to wiggle your way out of that, okay? Yeah. And Jay-Z, stop walking around being boastful. You didn't win anything, okay? Not because you did something right. It's definitely because Tony Buzbee messed up, but it just got me looking at him sideways. I don't know. Y'all tell me what's going on in the comments. What you think in the comments. Yeah, I'm just all over the place with this because it's literally got me so irritated that when I seen what was going on. Now, I had already saw this already. I already saw this and I was going to report it, but I was trying to wait for a little bit and see what else come out. And it's like he made this huge mistake like this. Ain't no way. I don't care. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I don't believe it, y'all. Tell me what y'all think is going on. But again, we always speculating because we never know. It's always a twist. Always. Always. So yeah, I done made this video long enough. It's time for me to get up off here. If I hear anything else, I'll be back. Y'all know I'm gonna come back because now I'm so irritated with this case at this point. That's why I stopped reporting everything that come out because it's just all over the place. But this right here is huge, and it could allow for all those civil suits to be dismissed against Diddy. All that stuff might be dismissed because of Tony Buzbee. He made a huge mistake in these cases. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye, y'all.